Story 1. The Moon's Secret Garden. Approximate 5 minutes. In a quiet sky far above the clouds, there lived a gentle moon who had a secret. Every night, when the world below fell fast asleep, the moon would lower a shimmering silver staircase into the sky and climb down into its own secret garden. The garden wasn't made of ordinary flowers. Oh no! It was full of glowing stardust tulips, moonbeam roses, and sleepy cloud lilies that gently hummed lullabies. One evening, a curious owl named Ollie followed the moon's staircase. "Moon," he asked, blinking wide-eyed, "may I visit your garden?" The moon smiled and nodded. Together, they walked among the dreamy blossoms. The moon showed Ollie how to water the flowers with drops of light, and the owl taught the moon how to hoot a lullaby. From that night on, Ollie became the moon's nighttime gardener. While the world slept, the two friends took care of the garden in the sky, where every petal glowed with sleepy magic. And if you look up, you just might see a feather float down from the stars, a sign that Ollie is still up there, whispering dreams into the night. Good night, little dreamer. Story 2. The Sleepy Cloud Parade. Approximate 5 minutes. Every night at bedtime, a parade of clouds drifts across the sky. Not ordinary clouds, but special sleepy clouds with little faces, soft feet, and fluffy tails. The leader of the parade was a puffball named Cumulina, who always wore a crown made of star sprinkles. She floated gently through the air, followed by her cloud friends. Stratus, the long sleepy one who yawned every 5 minutes, and Nimbus, who always carried a teacup full of warm wind. As they passed by, the clouds would visit children's dreams, bringing cozy stories and warm, drifting thoughts. They never made a sound, except the soft rustle of breeze and the tiny giggle of cloud laughter. Tonight the parade was extra special. Cumulina had found a new baby cloud, tiny and shy, named Misty. Misty was afraid to join the parade, so Cumulina whispered, "Close your eyes and float, just like a dream." Misty tried, and she did it. She floated along with the rest, trailing little sparkles of silver. And from that night on, she was part of the Sleepy Cloud Parade, dancing quietly across the skies, bringing soft dreams to sleeping children everywhere. Sleep tight, little cloud rider. Story 5. The Forest of Whispers. There's a forest where the trees don't rustle, they whisper. They whisper lullabies, secrets, and soft sleepy wishes. In the Forest of Whispers, the animals each have a bedtime tradition. The fox wraps her tail around herself like a scarf. The hedgehog curls into a perfect little ball. And the deer close their eyes and listen to the whispering leaves. But one night, a squirrel named Sora couldn't sleep. She had too many thoughts and too much energy. So the trees whispered to her, "Sora, come climb." She scurried up the tallest oak, and there, waiting on a branch, was the moon bear, a big, soft, shadowy creature made of stardust. He gently picked up Sora, cradled her in his paws, and hummed along with the trees. "Just listen," he said. And she did. The whispers filled her head with dreams, of flying leaves, candy acorns, and dancing branches. Soon Sora's eyes fluttered closed. If you ever visit the Forest of Whispers in your dreams, you might find a squirrel asleep in a bear's arms, swaying high above the world. Rest now, forest dreamer. Story 6. The Sandcastle That Never Sank. Approximate 5 minutes. At the edge of the sea was a sandcastle unlike any other. It was built by a boy named Leo who whispered to the wind, Please don't let my castle wash away. And the wind listened. Each night while Leo slept, the castle came to life. Its towers stood tall under moonlight, its gates guarded by little starfish soldiers, and its halls lit by glowing seashells. The tide would rise, but it always stopped just short, as if the sea itself wanted to protect the dream. Inside the castle lived tiny dream creatures. A crab who painted dreams with his claws, a snail who read bedtime stories, and a jellyfish who floated through the halls lighting up the walls with soft colors. Leo never knew that his wish had come true. But he always dreamed of the castle. He dreamed of walking its towers, playing with the crab, and sleeping in a bed made of warm, dry sand. And so the sandcastle stood night after night, quietly waiting for Leo's dreams to return. Let your dreams build something magical. Milky Way Story 2. The lighthouse that waited for the moon, 10 to 20 hours. There once was a lonely lighthouse on the edge of the world. It stood tall on a cliff above the sea, its great glass lamp unlit for many years. The wind whispered through its stones and waves crashed below, but the lighthouse did not shine. Inside lived a boy named Eli and his grandmother, who used to tell him stories about the days when the lighthouse guided ships, whales, and even wandering stars. But now there were no ships, no stars, and no moon. You see, the moon had gone missing. It's just cloudy, Eli's grandmother would say. But Eli knew better. The moon had left, and with it, dreams had begun to fade. One night, while lying awake, Eli heard a voice, soft like a ripple in a still lake. Come find me. He looked out the window. The sea was glowing faintly. Without waking his grandmother, he tiptoed out, down the cliffs, and into a rowboat. The voice called again, I'm waiting at the edge of dream and tide. He rowed through the night until he found something strange, a silver island rising from the sea, with tall moonflowers glowing in the mist. In the center was a figure, curled and glowing faintly, the moon herself asleep. You stopped visiting the sky, Eli said softly. I was tired, she whispered. No one looked up anymore. No one dreamed. I faded. Eli reached into his coat and pulled out something small, an old lighthouse key. I still look up, he said. The moon opened her eyes. Back at the lighthouse, the great lamp flickered. As Eli rowed home, the moon rose behind him, shining brighter than ever. Its light stretched across the sea and curled into the lamp, reawakening the old lighthouse. Ships saw it. Dreamers saw it. Whales sang again. Stars blinked with joy. And from that night forward, the lighthouse always lit its lamp, not just to guide ships, but to remind the moon she was never alone. So close your eyes now. Let the light guide you home. Shooting Star Story 3. The Dreamsmith of Pillowtown, 20 hours. 30:00. In the coziest corner of the world, hidden beneath layers of clouds and nestled between twinkling dream fields, lies a tiny town called Pillowtown, a place where dreams are made, stitched, and shared. At the center of town is a tall, round cottage made of soft, quilted bricks. Inside lives a gentle creature named the Dreamsmith, a puffy, owl-like being with wide glasses and wings that smell like warm cocoa. The Dreamsmith doesn't sleep. He works all night, sewing dreams together from tiny pieces of memory, giggles, wishes, and starlight. One evening, he received a curious request, a dream that wouldn't stay stitched. It belonged to a boy named Milo, who had stopped dreaming altogether. He's too worried, whispered the dream breezes. The dreamsmith nodded. He opened a chest labeled Lost Dreams and Half-Wishes. Inside he found the pieces of Milo's dream: a green kite, a field of sunflowers, a dog made of clouds, and a note that read, "Will everything be okay?" Carefully, the dreamsmith stitched them into a glowing quilt, threading each corner with a breeze of hope and a drop of laughter. Then, with a wave of his wing, he sent it soaring through the night, floating gently toward Milo's house. Milo, curled under his blanket, suddenly felt something warm and feathery wrap around him. The moment it touched him, he drifted into sleep. He dreamed of flying his kite through a field of sunflowers with his dog Cloud racing beside him. The sun was gentle, the sky smiled, and every worry melted like mist. In the morning, Milo woke up smiling, really smiling for the first time in weeks. Back in Pillow Town, the dreamsmith nodded, satisfied. He placed another empty pillow on his shelf, ready for the next child who needed just a little help dreaming. And you, if you listen closely, you might hear him at work tonight, threading your dreams together with care. Sleep well, and may your dreams be stitched from joy.